Hi, my name's Lisa Kirkman and I'm the creator, founder and creative director and wearer of all the hats at Good Chats with Lisa Kirkman. I thought I'd jump on today just to give a little bit of a overview, I guess, about my why behind starting Good Chats. And I know in previous videos I've talked about, what Good Chats is and how we'll run it and what you'll get out of it, which is all great. But I think it's a really powerful thing to talk about where Good Chats came from and my why of starting this project. It's very easy just to start projects, stop projects, and this is a good idea and that's a good idea. But this was really born from a place of helping people understand the power of their stories. And part of that is for me, having walked my own journey of understanding the power of telling my story and seeing how it opened up my life and completely changed my life. For, basically 46 and a half years of my life, I'd lived a life of silence, never really talking about the things that were happening within me. And that was a big deal. And that was through situations, through choice, through not understanding, the power of speaking your story and your truth and how that can help others. And for me, that journey of telling my story started with therapy, which, for many of us, that's where it quite often does. That journey of communicating that story, my thoughts, my feelings, asking questions, getting clarity around what it was I was thinking, feeling, was such a powerful step and led to a momentous shift in my life. And without that and having a space to tell my stories, so not just therapy, but I work with some amazing coaches that held space for me to not only tell my story, but live my story and talk through that. I wouldn't have the life I have today. And it hasn't been, a smooth process, but those stories built the foundations to let me be open and understand the power of my lived experience. So a lot of people will think, I don't have anything important to say, I don't have anything worth saying. But through Good Chats and through, conversations like these, what I want to show everybody is that you do have a powerful story, even if you think it's something fairly mundane. But if you really think about, for example, your journey with your partner and how that came to be and lessons you learned along the way and growth you made, those are important things that others will cherish and will want to know about. Or, for new parents, a journey into becoming a parent and then maybe becoming a parent again and the adjustments and the challenges and what you thought your expectations were. These are things that we don't talk about generally. You don't sit around the dinner table talking to your kids about, well, when I found out I was pregnant with you and, these are the feelings I experienced. We talk about the good things and the politically correct things. But when we truly and authentically tell our stories, it can be very powerful for both the recipient as well as you, the teller of the story or the owner of the story. That can really change people's perceptions or beliefs about you or help give them a deeper understanding why you may do the things that you do. And in fact, it'll even help you get an insight into why you do the things that you do. Now, we often think about telling stories from the purposes of, our grandparents and leaving that legacy. And that's incredibly powerful. And that is definitely an area that we can take care of you in. But through Good Chats, what I want to make it as accessible to everyone. At whatever point you are in your life, you can capture a particular segment of your life story that you want to leave. This is a gift that keeps giving. It will live on for generations. It will give your family a source of comfort, a way to connect with you when perhaps there are times that they can't, whether it be that you have passed on or there's distance. All of those things are such powerful gifts to give someone to connect with you. So Good Chats, we set up a chat so I can learn a little bit more about your story and what you want to cover. For me, I wish I'd had some documented path of my story, but I don't have that, because I know that there are people out there in the world that would probably benefit from my story and may find themselves have been in a similar situation. So there is that aspect. But also for me, as I reflect on different parts of my journey and different ways that I've grown and different things I've experienced, I don't have that to look back on, and I really wish that I did. And I think that that was also part of my motivation for starting Good Chats, is that I really want to create that space that you have that documentation without having to sit and feel like you need to write a book or you need to, journal every day. Like, you can capture something in a very easily able to be accessed format. You'll have a USB of the hard file or a link to a YouTube channel that you can look back on and reflect, and it will actually give you context to be able to celebrate your own journey and your strengths and your growth. And I'm so excited to bring this project to life. I cannot wait to start gathering more and more stories, and these are your stories. I'm not posting about them on social media. I'm not posting your story. This is for you to share with whoever you choose in the way that you choose. It's for you to leave it for whoever you want to leave it with. But this is your story to create, direct, and create. I'm simply going to hold the space and provide the way of capturing that for you and presenting that back to you in a beautiful format. I think the world needs more of our stories out there, more so than, we hear about the celebrities and the sports people, and that's all great. They've all come through their own individual challenges, but I think we as humans have very powerful stories to tell. And I think those who love us want to hear more of those stories and need to hear those stories. And it doesn't all have to be, doom and gloom, end of life, that sort of stuff. It can be as simple as, here's an important family tradition that you want to capture, whether it's, making the family fruit cake, or in my family, it'd be making my grandmother's fruit salad. If I had a documented file or a video of her doing that and talking through step by step, that would be priceless to me. Because now, 25 years after she's passed, every year it's still how do we do that again? What's the exact? It's not really an exact science, and it wasn't for her either. But if we had that and I can refer back on that, that would be powerful for me. And hearing those family stories again and again, which gradually over time get lost. But this is a way of making sure those stories don't get lost. Those experiences, those memories don't get lost. This is also a powerful tool to capture those stories and experiences that you can share with people who may not remember as well. They may be affected with some cognitive dysfunction, or just, as we age, we forget things. And it's a great way to spark those memories. Just recently, I spent time with my mother and we were going through photo albums. Now, Mum can't tell me what she did last week necessarily accurately, but as we went through these old photo albums, she knew exactly who all the people were in the photos. And some of these photos are, 50 plus years old, and she knew who was there, what the context was, all of that. So it brought those back to life for her. So having a tool like this that you can sit and watch with someone you love and remember those stories together will bring them immense joy and also connection when they may be feeling a little bit lost within their own memory. So this is for families, it's for individuals, it's for anyone. And we simply just have a good chat to get started. I make it super simple for you. It's non-threatening, not really invasive. You'll even forget about the camera or a microphone. But I really want to celebrate the stories. I really want to celebrate the power of your stories, because I've lived the experience and I know exactly how powerful it is. So I'm looking forward to connecting with you, and let's have a good chat soon.